Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Lesson Up with Sugandha. And I'm really happy. I first of all want to say that I'm really happy about all those people who've been coming to my channel, have been subscribing it and liking and also sharing it beyond. It gives me immense happiness. Thank you for the same. So this is the second video in continuation with the first chapter of 10th standard, which is chemical reactions and equations. In the previous chapter we had talked, in the previous video we had talked about what is a chemical reaction, what all the different changes can it bring about in during the reaction that is happening. So that is there could be a change in state, there could be change in temperature, there could be a formation of a precipitate, and so on and so forth. You will definitely find a link below in the description section to go back to that video and learn better, right? This present video will be discussing about different changes, such as a physical change and a chemical change. What is the difference between the two? Also a slight description, or I would say an introduction to balancing a chemical equation, right? So let's quickly dive into, and also promising that the next video is going to be full of lots of tricks and tips to solve a chemical equation quickly and easily, right? So let's begin. So firstly we're going to talk about two types of changes, right? The changes that we can have could be either physical or it could be chemical, right? Simple physical changes, the entire property doesn't changes, the identity of the substance remains same, right? The identity remains same. I'm going to write that better. Identity same. But in a chemical change, the identity changes, it alters, right? To understand this better, let's take an example of maybe ice, right? Now what is happening is, if there is a change, supposedly the ice is melting, simple reaction that is happening, right? So when the ice melts, it converts into water, right? May I take this solid form or may I take this liquid form, both of these are just forms of water. If I look at the molecular level or the particle level, if I look at the particles of water and I look at the particles of ice, they will be same, right? There is a chemical reaction that took place, but only a physical chemical reaction that happened, right? The particles identities did not change, they did not lose their identity at all. Or maybe I can take an example of boiling or heating up of a wax jar, maybe, right? So even if it converts into vapor form or may be converted into from a solid to a liquid form, the wax particles will remain wax particles, right? On the contrary, if I come to chemical changes, so the identity of the particles in a chemical reaction changes completely, right? The reactants, when convert into products, change their identity. For example, whenever paper is burnt, so paper converts into ash, reactant here product form हुआ, right? When paper gets converted to ash, so if I look at the molecular level, what is happening? Though it is a physical change also, right? Paper का form जो था वो ash में convert हो गया, but looking at the molecular form, if I try to learn about its identity, the particles identity, definitely particles of paper have changed, right? I could better explain it with suppose there's cooking of something happening, maybe a cake has been baked, right? All those particles that were used up to bake the cake are changed, their identities are absolutely changed. If you eat a cake, you just can identify its flavor, but you cannot distinguish that, oh, I just had a pinch of flour or maybe essence. You can't really distinguish all the ingredients that you put in, right? So the chemical changes bring about changes in the identity of the reactants, absolutely, right? And hence the products are formed, right? So breaking it down into chemistry terms, right? what is happening is the bonds between the particles, they are actually changing, they are rearranging themselves in such a way that a new product with a new different identity is formed altogether. So the entire role plays about the bonds here. Okay, so we have learned about changes and physical and chemical changes. One another aspect that we have here is about the chemical equation. Now, understanding chemical equation, right? We see a lot of reactions happening around us, regular day-to-day life, digestion of food, souring of milk, rusting of iron, or ice to water, right? All these examples are examples of chemical reactions happening. And if we keep on writing all these reactions, if you want to tell someone, we could do it in the verbal form, or if we want to write it, give it in written, we're just going to do what? We're going to write, अच्छा rust है, iron था, got exposed to moisture in the presence of air, oxygen, it got converted into the iron sulfate. But हुआ क्या actually? हम ये सारी चीजें तो we are not going to write it in the form of words and words and words, right? One way of writing a chemical equation is via words, but a much better way is to write it in the form of symbols. It makes our task easier, and in a quicker way we can write lot more things in a faster manner, right? So symbolic representation of a chemical reaction using symbols and formulae is basically chemical equation. So simple rules: reactants are written on the left hand side and products are written on the right hand side, right? Simple thing, chemical equations, we can write them in the form of words or in the form of symbols. Symbols is a much more preferred method because it makes our task easier and faster. And also one simple rule of writing a chemical equation: the LHS left hand side will have the reactants and the right hand side will have the products, right? So now our second little important topic, which is about balancing. Before we dive into this part, I would really request everyone to not bother a lot about it or take a lot of stress on this, because a lot of students come across saying कि मैम नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. But I would say relax, sit back, focus. पहली बार में समझोगे और अच्छे से समझ में आएगा, इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग bonkers about it कि समझ आ रहा है, मैम नहीं आ रहा है, या मेरी मैथ्स वीक है. कुछ नहीं है, सिंपल. Just try to focus and understand it better. ठीक है, simple. सब्जी खरीदने जितना simple है ये, right? So right, balanced chemical equation. So we are going to give an example here. Iron plus water, iron oxide plus H2. ठीक है, this is an unbalanced chemical equation. Okay, but in a symbolic form. We can't balance a word, matlab we can, but then we are not writing it in the word form. So there's a simple method to it. What we'll do is we'll write all the elements first. रिएक्शन में क्या क्या दिख रहा है? आयरन दिख रहा है जी, आयरन लिख लिया. हाइड्रोजन दिख रहा है, हाइड्रोजन लिख लिया. ऑक्सीजन, ऑक्सीजन. सो फ्रॉम द LHS I wrote all, and from the RHS also, ठीक है, same obviously. So let's look at the numeric forms on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Iron left hand side, that is the reactant side, is 1. Iron on the product side is 3. चलिए बैलेंस कर देते हैं. We'll make it 3 here. That means 3 here, right? So my iron for now is balanced. Let's look at hydrogen. Hydrogen is 2 on the left hand side and hydrogen is 2 on the right hand side. So my hydrogen is also balanced. My oxygen is 1 on the left hand side, but oxygen is 4 here. What I'm going to do here? I'm going to make it 4 here to balance my oxygen. Now since I have balanced my oxygen, my H2 got disturbed, right? So now my hydrogen on the left hand side is 8. So I need to make this 8, right? How am I going to do that? 4. So which makes my right hand side also 8. Now quickly cross check. Fe 3 here, 3 here, done. H 4 to 8, 4 to 8, done. O is 4, O is 4, done, right? This is how easy it is, right? Let's take another example. KNO3 plus H2CO3 gives K2CO3 plus HNO3. Okay, right. So again, K, next is N, next is O, H and C, and O I have already counted here. Okay, so let's see. K on the left hand side is 1 and on the right hand side is 2. I'm going to make this 2. My K is balanced for now. N on the left hand side is 1 and on the right hand side is also 1, balanced for now. O is 3 into 2, right? This 2 applies to the entire reactant. Okay, so 3 into 2 is 6 and plus I have a 3 here, so that makes it 9. So here I have 3 and 3, 6. So we can disturb. So see what has happened to the N here. N has become 2 here on the left hand side. So I'm definitely going to add a 2 here, which makes my N balanced on both the sides. And what happens to my oxygen? So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. My O is also balanced for now. H is 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side, and my C 1 on the left side and 1 on the right side. Let's quickly reconfirm that our equation is balanced or not. K is 2 here, K is 2 here, done. N is 2 here, N is 2 here, done. O is 3, 2, 6 and 3, 9 and 3, 9, right. Hydrogen 2 here and 2 here, done. And our carbon 1 on the left side, 1 on the right side, done, right? So that is how easy it is. And in the next video I am going to cover up much more examples, right? So let's quickly go back to the revision part. We got to understand that there could be two different kinds of changes. One could be a physical change, the other could be a chemical change. A physical change only brings about a change in the physical form, not in the identity form. So basically the identity remains same, right? We took an example of ice converting into water. What happens here is that even if solid form converts into liquid form in case of ice, the particles remain the same. The particles of water, or may we take the particles of ice, the identity is the same. They are all particles of water itself. But on the other hand, chemical change brings about a change in the identity, absolutely, right? The reactants, when convert into products, you can't really go back also, right? And also taking an example of paper to ash, what has happened is the paper ash we convert हुआ, paper के molecules और ash के molecules are absolutely different. This is an irreversible process, right? Although physical change is sort of a reversible process as well. We took an example of cooking also. We bake a cake, we bake a bread, so you can't go back to the reactant part because it's an irreversible change, plus the identity of the particles have changed completely, right? Secondly, To understand the chemical changes better, the bonds are the ones that actually are changing their identity or their combinations, their replacement, their placements, because of which the identity of the particles changes. Next, we learned about why are we using symbols better to write our chemical equations, because symbols are a much faster and easier process for us to communicate better. Simple rule, left hand side will have the reactants and right hand side will have the products. Okay, we took the very first example of balancing a chemical equation. So we write all the elements that are in the reaction and we start from comparing the left hand side to the right hand side, keep on balancing together and together, and we saw two examples here. The next video will have ample examples of the same kind. We're going to sit and solve all the examples together. Also, I'm going to give you some questions to solve so that you can revert back. Any doubts or any comments you can always write down below. Do find the links to the previous and the following chapters in the description section. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe and press that bell icon so that whenever there's a new video upload, you will always get to know first, right? Thank you. See you in the next video.